JMac is back to represent super stress-free golf with a side of IDGAF and ZFG. The usual stress-free golf philosophy applies, but it's been modified to relieve all self-imagined and self-imposed pressure that 18-plus handicappers are putting on themselves when trying to break through. Here are the basics. 1. Add one shot to the par of each hole and turn a par 72 into a par 90. 2. Hit one solid, well-practiced go-to club off as many par 4s and 5s as possible. Please refer to the distance/confidence matrix chart. 3. Target short par 3s for some 3s, but be happy with any score. 4. Target short par 4s for 4s, but accept any score. 5. Do not refer to the terms birdies, pars, and bogeys. Use merely numbers. The words mean more to you than the numbers. 6. Do not count the score until the first beer is poured in the clubhouse. 7. Harness the power of no expectations. Expect less, achieve more. It's important to note, stress-free golf is pre-shot, while IDGAF golf is post-shot. Reactions to shots have no bearing on stress-free golf, but a neutral demeanor is always preferred if possible. Super stress-free golf plus ZFG golf is pre-round. This is a holistic approach to being awesome and becoming the player you were meant to be. Super stress-free golf is preparation of the scorecard and lowering of expectations, while ZFG golf means you play your best game and screw everyone else's opinions. There is no ego in this system, and any introduction of the ego will result in poofy shots and shuris.
What a shot, bro. Superb. Superb.
I took JMac to buy a new putter because his other one was scheisse. I told him to buy the one that just felt nicest in his hands when he swung it back and forth. I merely asked him if he felt he could hole putts with the putter. He said yes, so I told him to buy it ASAP. He settled on a center-shafted Odyssey.
Oh, I like that. Class.
Yeah, alright. You can relax. You held it long enough.
On short par 4s, it's always best to go for the greens if you can and score yourself some quick wins by utilizing your length. Splitting a shot is only necessary when you are out of the top range of your longest, most comfortable club.
Hit him, boy Key. Hit him, boy Key. Oh. Yep. It just had to hit it. Oh, hello. Oh!
Here is a perfect example of splitting the shot. There's no way he carries the water even 1 out of 10 times. Lay it up and leave a comfortable third shot into the green. If you're happy with a 40-yard or 60-yard pitch shot, you should leave that shot into the green for yourself. If you're not very good at it, like most golfers, rather hang the ball back a bit and hit a fuller shot into the green. Always play to your strengths. The stress-free golf system is all about you, player.
Hit it, baby! What a man! The only trick you can find this one.
I banned my man from playing the 3-wood today.
All the hot. Yes, player. Great shot.
JMac hits an 8-iron even though he hates it. If you hate a club, leave it at home. Seriously, nothing worse than looking down at a club and feeling disdain. But never give up, players. He scrambled and worked for a 7 here, which is just a bogey for him on his new scorecard. It could easily have been a 9 or 10.
Good putt, sir.
To really attack par 3s, you need a strategy. You can really take advantage here, boyfriends.
Shot.
Oh, come on.
Great shot, sir.
Two ball.
Perfect.
What's the average distance of par 3s at your course? Are 2 of them 170 yards and 2 140 yards? Practice those 2 clubs at the range religiously. Imagine having those 2 clubs so potent that you know you're going to be great from that distance anywhere, anytime. Now expand that idea outward. How good are you going to be on par 4s when you have 170 yards remaining, or on par 5s when you leave yourself 140 into the greens? Play to your strengths and don't leave yourself awkward shots because of ego golf.
Jeez, man.
Shot.
Where-
So I spoke to him,
Where were you on Friday?
and I spoke to him, great shot.
Perfect there.
Just got that fucking hip through, a bit early.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a big hit.
Yeah, just got that fucking hip through, didn't he?
Boy, gotta hit that, James. You gotta hit it, man. Wow.
Fucking you are, Augusta. Get an iron off mine. I'll tell you what mine are.
Great shot. James, it's not a bad shot, but you know how I knew you
Like that.
Oh man, you're hitting it so well today, James. Little 6-iron on the front there, man. Yeah, great shot, my man. In. Oh, what a throw, man.
Oh.
On these punch shots, players, use low enough loft to not hit the trees, but just enough power to run it into the fairway. If trouble is close to you, make sure you carry it. If your trouble is long, make sure you don't reach it. It's called a recovery for a reason.
Great shot. Shot, man. Shot. Beauty. Well done, sir. Great 6. Great 6.
Another great example of splitting the shots up as designed in the way of the player. Stroke index 4, usually a par 4, but we've made it a par 5 on his card, so he sets himself up a perfect comfortable shot specific to him for his approach. I think the turf mats are hurting him with his approaches. He seems to catch it just a little fat, and those mats are very flattering when you hit it fat, allowing the ball to still fly well. Grass ranges are always preferred in the way of the player.
Fine. Now you get a chip and a pitch. Great bounce. Great. Sit. Sit. I think you're going to be fine.
And then it happened. He contracted the Shanks virus. The most difficult shot in golf, the one after a shank.
Oh, 2 in a row.
And another one.
That's okay. Savannah.
Be okay. Be okay.
No, hits that thing long. Oh, baby. Great shot. $132-yard. Not a bad attempt, not a bad attempt. What a baby, great shot.
With all the water on the right, this becomes a short par 4. All we need is to lay it up to the left, and an easy pitch on remains.
Fine there, dog. It's a par 4.
No matter what anyone tells me, there is a range of distances that makes any golfer uncomfortable. For me, it's 50 to 80 yards. I just hate those shots. I can do the 40 and below, and the 80 plus. For JMac, I notice it's the 40 to 60 yard range. While everyone is telling you to get closer to the hole for better results, look within for the answer. What distance range are you uncomfortable with? Avoid it. What distance are you confident from? Embrace it.
On a rope, bro.
Fancy Johnson, Rahm, and Mullen.
Yankee Doodle Dandy. Hey, well done.
Poor guy. This is the mark of a true,
baby,
super
what a
stress-free IDGAF golfer. Just murdered into the water with a shank previous hole for a gut-wrenching double. He steps up and boom, down the middle, right in the panty, like a bouse. Players, we become so obsessed with the word par. Par means nothing to us as amateur golfers. We all have our own par. and the one on the scorecard is actually meaningless. Count the number of shots you hit, write it in the card, and then move on. We get this crazy obsession with scoring par and get intensely frustrated when we don't meet it, even when we don't have to for our handicaps. There are handicap stroke indexes on the card for a reason. Use them. I see beginners and high handicappers enraged and bitterly disappointed making bogeys and double bogeys as if it's high treason. Players, par is for the pros. Let's just enjoy the game and count it all up later. You'll be surprised how giving 0 Fs brings about better scores.
What a shot. Get up. Nope. Perfect. Perfect. You club up. Is it in? You kidding?
You shitting me?
You kidding? Did you hold it?
How I hold that?
You just made an eagle, boy. What?
No way!